God teaching them how to live free and be his children. They had never known, think about this, they'd never known life apart from Pharaoh's whip on their backs. They had never existed outside of oppression. They had never learned what it meant to choose holiness instead of being chained to fear. And so God steps in and he says, let me show you the way. Let me write some things down for you. Not to control you, but to keep you from running back to the slavery I have already rescued you from. True freedom for your life. Listen to this. True freedom for your life doesn't mean less direction from God. It actually means surrendering to the leading of God. You will feel freer the more that you let God lead. The more that you surrender, the more that you let him control, the more free you will be. It seems like a paradox, and it is, but it's true. We need to learn to see the law, the commandments, for what they are. It is the voice of love leading us away from what destroys us. The law isn't being given to burden their freedom. It's being given to preserve it, to keep it, to help it grow and be healthy and thrive. Now imagine, how many of you own a dog? We love dogs in here, or we hate them? Okay, there's some. All right, good. It's like, nobody has a dog? But now our dog, we have a basset hound. If any of you know what a basset hound, it's a big, just lazy dog, okay? She lays in her crate, like backwards, and everything's flopping. So the type of dog I'm going to talk about right now is not her, okay? But imagine you've got a dog. It's one of those joyful, full speed, tail wagging, like running around, energetic dogs. Now, the dog doesn't want to stay cooped up in the living room all day, right? It wants to go out. It wants to run. So imagine this. Imagine you got your dog and you opened your front door and you said, "Run!" And it went. No leash, no fence, no boundary. At first, it might feel like it's freedom. That dog would be sprinting through the street. It's got its tongue out. It's got its tail flying. It's got its ears whipping back in the wind. It's got that big dog smile. But what happens next? He doesn't know where the road leads. He doesn't know which cars are going to stop and go. He doesn't know how to find his way, and eventually that feeling of freedom will turn into fear, or worse, it'll turn to loss. But look at this. Build a fence around your yard, and now something entirely different happens. That same dog, he runs full speed, tongue out, ears flapping, tail wagging, but he runs with joy. He leaps, he spins, he rolls, he barks, he digs, he rests in the sun, all inside the safety of your boundary. He's still free, but he's not lost. He's fully alive, but he's under the care of his master. Because the fence never took away his freedom. It gave his freedom structure. It gave his freedom safety. God wasn't boxing the Israelites in. He was bringing them close. He was showing them how to run wild and enjoy what he had created for them within the safety of his presence. How to be fully alive under the watch of the one who called them his own. Because real freedom isn't about doing whatever you want. It's doing what you were created to do under the love of the one who created you. That's what God is doing at Sinai. He's not restricting their joy. He's protecting their identity. He's giving them a new way to be human. Number 2, the law wasn't meant to limit your life. It was meant to shape it. The 10 Commandments weren't written for people who have everything all together. They're written for people still learning how to be free, still learning to be God's child. They had come out of a land where power was God, where worth was measured by productivity and wealth, where worship was wrapped in fear. Egypt had deformed their understanding of what it meant to live well, to be God's children. So God gave them something better than options. He gave them the truth. Exodus 20, starting in verse 1, and God spoke all these words. Remember, he starts at the place of relationship. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me. Now we read that, we might feel uncomfortable, but look at this, number 6, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the 7th day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, neither you nor your son or daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your animals, nor any foreigner residing in your towns. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, but he rested on the 7th day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. What an oppressive God that he's making a rule that you just take a chill pill and rest. Verse 12, honor your father and your mother so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife or his male or female servant, his ox or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. These are not just moral guidelines. These are an invitation to the garden, an invitation to paradise, an invitation to a whole new way of life. God is not just building a kingdom, he's building a people that with you in your row, that you would treat, given to make them less human. Exodus 20:18-19, it says, or we will die. Now it's